and town planning. Urban planning is a powerful tool for achieving sustainable development, a huge goal for 2030. Town planning therefore helps to create a well-planned urban areas that meets the needs of the population while considering social, economic and environmental factors. This collaboration is also a commitment from both countries to ensure that all planners comply to the regulations and laws that create sustainable urban areas.
There are a number of things that this collaboration will facilitate. For a start, we are both going to promote everything that has got to do with environmentally, socially and economically facilitating sustainable development. We will be having joint conferences, joint research endeavors, as well as supporting emerging researchers, as well as in particular those people that are actually marginalized within the profession.
This will help us to do is to work much closer together on training, on CPD, knowledge exchange, and also events, webinars, collaboration, so that we can learn from each other. All too often we share very similar challenges, lack of infrastructure, lack of affordable housing, and it's about how we can work closer together to ensure that our members can be the best version of themselves.
Rapid urbanization has also led to the formation of informal settlements. These areas then become breeding ground for social ills. These settlements often lack basic services such as sanitation facilities, health, education and recreational facilities. There is now an urgent international quest to transform informal settlements into sustainable housing.
The important thing as we deal with climate change is to move people from informal setting to formality, because we know that those who stay in those informal settlements are prone to being affected by disasters, whether it's fires, whether it's droughts, heavy rains in terms of storms and tornadoes, because the structures are not permanent or are not durable. That's why they get affected, and hence is important. It's a key important thing for us.
Roundtable discussions also focus on housing for sustainable future for cities and communities.
We launched what we call smart cities earlier this year in the areas of Erasmith in Marutapofu, which are basically integrated developments that seeks to achieve climate sustainability and basically resilience and sufficiency, energy sufficiency. It is really part of us trying to embrace the paradigm shift that we are seeing throughout the world. So here, we are here to learn from the best experiences. We are here to see collaboration and investment in these areas that we're speaking about that are confronting us as a province.
Well, it's a very good sessions, and I think we're learning from other countries, more especially on issues of urbanization in a province like ours, where people are now moving from the rural communities to be in the towns, and they find that there is not enough housing. They start to create informal settlement around the areas. Then we need to learn. I had a good experience from India, Brazil, where they say they are informal settlement. It's so big, but in a province like Limpopo, as we resolve the challenges of the dealing with informal settlement in an urban area, you still have a challenge to deal with the backlog in our rural communities, where people do not necessarily find jobs, they can't have their own housing. Government still have to come and subsidize them and give them what we will call RDP houses. So the funding and the economy of the country, as it is growing, we find that we don't necessarily have enough money, but we're also making with the United Nations here to learn how others are funding the housing development within their own communities.
The signing of the memorandums also compels both countries to extend invitations when hosting seminars, workshops or any events that will assist to shape best practices on urban planning. The memorandum between the Royal Town Planning Institute and the South African Council for Planners will also open more job opportunities for upcoming planners in the United Kingdom, especially those for marginalized groups. Lerato, Fekisi, SABC News, Egypt.